Hello and welcome back to another episode on Fichthal, the MaizePlus Experiment map. So I'm still in the same day I have left you in previously, because I forgot that January has the highest price for selling apples. And if we go over here and check, the price is stable, and if we go, the price fluctuation is actually just a little bit better than it was in the previous year. So before I continue, I do want to take the apples to be sold with our imaginary trailer hook. Huh? Now if that isn't something, I don't know. It's powered by pure wish and want. Funny. Yeah, but it seems like the tractor model is not compatible. So basically the only place that buys apples from us is the intermediaries. That's right next to where we are selling milk currently. It's not gonna be too long of a drive. And even though it is very cold, I think I'll manage in this open cab tractor, or rather no cab tractor. Okay, and the trigger should be right over here, and it is. But let me take the trailer in, and this is it. So we got paid around 3,000 for our apples. You know, it's not something you can live off, but it's a welcome supplement. And basically we have free manure and almost free water, where we can have free water if we fill in the river. But yeah, for practically no effort on our own, we get a nice income, which is a good thing. So if you own a lot of apple trees, you can make a lot of money. You know, I'm not a mechanic, but I think that the rear coupling should not be doing the dance it's doing right now. Ah. Yeah, look at it, it's all over the place. So this is probably the reason why we have air hitch that we use to pull the trailer. There's some kind of incompatibility. So I think it's best if we take the trailer off. I mean, how it assembled back together. But yeah, you know, you can see it's broken. So maybe it's the mod, maybe it's a conflict with another mod I have, I'm not sure. But we can park the tractor here, and then we'll skip the day. Good news, the milk production has risen. We had another calf that I sold immediately to one buyer. So we got paid, I think, 50 euros for that. So yeah, nothing tremendous, but milk production is up. We're at 11,233 per day at the moment. It is going to fluctuate just a little bit more. But yeah, it's making us a pretty penny. So we're in the middle of February. The weather is still very cold, -7 degrees Celsius, and it's also snowing like all the time. There was no snow in between, but now there is snow again. Look at that unique model. Yeah, this is so cool about this map. It actually changes with the seasons. So yeah, selling milk. Next thing I want to tackle is I will need to adjust pH levels on my fields. But for this, I am going to be buying a bigger wheeled line spreader, because previously when I did it with the 3-point link held. Okay, nice, 15 grand. Yeah, when I did it previously with the 3-point linkage spreader, I was refilling constantly, you know, I couldn't even do one full lap of a field. So yeah, I'm going to lease a bigger spreader, so I don't need to go up and down and refill all the time. But I don't want to buy it, even though I definitely could with the money I have at the moment. But yeah, I really want to have a bit more space on the farm, so another big wheeled machine that I am not gonna be using is just gonna be a waste. Okay, right when I wanted to start recording, I stalled. Or almost stalled. As you can see, we have quite deep snow again. But it is raining, it is only 0 degrees Celsius and it's warming up. We're in March already. I have sold one tanker load off screen. We got paid around 17,000 for this, and yeah. So spring is around the corner. The snow should melt away fairly soon, and then we can start some field work. But yeah, this winter was very, very snowed in. But I guess it's true to life for Bavaria, in which is, well, hello combine in the middle of the winter. How you doing? Damn, that's a tight spot. Okay, focus. Where was I? Yeah, so a lot of snowfall is true to Bavaria, in which this map is set in. So I guess I could say this is a pretty realistic winter. But it's forecasted to be sunny. It's forecasted to go to 8 degrees Celsius. So we should be able to start doing something in the fields. At least liming them sounds quite nice. But I think I will lime grassland first, and then when we cultivate the fields and when we plant our corn, because this season I'm going to put in only corn. So we're gonna have a bit easier time of making the silage, the grain grist, or rather CCM. It's not grain grist if it's made from corn. Okay, so around 15,500. So I'm going to skip some time until the snow has melted and the temperature has risen a bit and the rain has stopped and the sun is up, and then I'm going to go get that spreader and we're gonna fill it and we're gonna spread some lime on our fields to adjust the pH level. So the pH is a measurement for acidity, how acidic or basic the soil is, and it's the best if it's around neutral, but I think some crops even like it a bit acidic. So yeah, you first have to have a crop in and then you adjust the pH. Well, it finally stopped raining. It's 10:30 a.m. It's turning into a nice day. It's already 9 degrees Celsius, so the ground has thawed, the snow went away. And now, let me get that spreader. And in order to fill it, I don't think I'm gonna be buying big bags. I'm just going to fill it and pay the fee. And pay for the lime that gets put in. I just need to check if there is a lime station on this map. Because I don't think there is one. Okay, I can keep the engine running. And let's go to get the spreader. So I wanted to use this one because I don't really use it, but it only takes fertilizer, so that's a nope. There are lots of held ones, so 3-point link ones, but I want to have this one. This is a trailed one. And with both extensions, so we can fit 19,550 liters. Wheel setup, it's okay. We should have the spreading disc. Okay. Yeah, let's go with the spreading disc. So 4,500 for the spreader unit. You just open it up so you can see inside. This is how it looks like. It's well protected so you don't get caught into the screw that's under there that pulls all the lime into the spreader discs, but yeah, this is it. Close it back up. And let's couple it with the tractor. Finally some field work. This was a very long winter. I usually start work in February or something like that, but yeah, we had so much snow this time that I couldn't. Okay, let's check if there is any lime stations. Basically, there are selling stations, so filling stations for seed, for potato seed, excuse me. And there is one for seed buying station. This is the Deutz loading station that we can use for animal feed manufacturing. There are none here. This is our farm, so of course there's none here. But there is an old quarry here, so I'm gonna roleplay the heck out of this. And I'm gonna go to the quarry to fill with lime. So you can join me on this trip. I don't think we've been to the quarry in this Let's Play, so let's go together. And another good thing is that it's fairly close to the farm, so it should be quite easy to go and refill if we need to. We probably will need to, but I'm not sure. So, yeah. The old quarry. There should be a lime filling station there, I believe. It would just make sense. Not here, this is a way into a forest. But it's going to be here. Yeah, that's a road. You can go into this quarry to sell your stones you collect on the fields. This is a debris crusher. And yeah, basically this is an abandoned quarry, it seems. But we can still get some lime here. And this is us all filled up. So 1,000 liters of lime costs 175 euros. and we have 18,950 liters, so that totals to 3,316 euros. Let me deduct that from our bank account. Okay, payment successfully processed. Now let's get in the field. And luckily we have a tractor with 306 horsepower, so it should be okay with pulling the load like this behind. Yeah, we can feel the weight. I love how in FS22 you could actually start to feel the weight when you have something on the back of your tractor. Because the older versions, there was like very little impact. And judging by what we've seen so far about FS25, there's gonna be a lot more of that. And even it's going to be a lot more in the soil compaction department. So yeah, excited to see that. Just 2 weeks and a bit. 2 weeks, yeah. Basically. Until FS25 comes out. And then I'm going to record all of it. Everything. This was a joke about what's his name? Chuck Norris, yeah. What's his face? So yeah, there was a joke about Chuck Norris. How many push-ups did he make? All of them. Okay, so let me set the speed to something manageable, like maybe 13. Okay, the spread is good. And this is quite a wide-reaching spreader. Sprayer is for liquids, spreader is for solids. I must say, on the other hand, that I haven't seen much of lime spreading in my country. And I'm not sure if that is on purpose or we have a soil that doesn't need liming. I have no idea what the reason is behind it, but yeah. I don't believe I have ever seen a tractor spreading lime. So when I have first seen the lime introduction into the game, I was a bit intrigued by the decision, because yeah, as I said, I have never seen that before, and it came as a surprise. Either way, I took the concept in and made it work. Good. So I've made a quick work out of this field, and I expect there's gonna be the same with the next one. So you can stay online with me. In the next day, so in March 2nd, I think I'm going to do a few more loads of TMR for the cattle. And it will probably be that I will be using up all the ingredients, because I don't really have much in the area of both silages, so in grass silage and maize silage, running quite low on that, and I also have quite low hay reserves. I do have for a fair few loads, but still. It's not really an overflow or an excess. You know what, I've been thinking. This series is slowly coming to an end because FS25 is just around the corner. And I am struggling a little bit with the gears on this tractor. Not too much, but just a little bit. So I was thinking of exchanging it, since we have a bit of money in the bank account, for something newer, bigger, stronger. And I am juggling with 3 options. One is the large tractor Fendt. That's a doozy. It doesn't need any additions. It already has a lot of horsepower. One is Massey Ferguson, which we could set up to have 300 horsepower. And there is another option of maybe McCormick, but I think McCormick's are also they have manual gears, so that might not be the best thing if I want to have an easy to use tractor. So just, you know, a CVT1, continuous variable transmission type thingy. Thingamabob, Jimmy, Jibbity. Because I think I can get around 130,000 for this case. So that brings us to around... Okay. Let me try unloading. Okay. Yeah, I am going to return this fertilizer spreader because I'm not going to be using it for a couple more days. But I am going to do some heavy field work, mainly cultivating all the fields, the arable fields. I mean, this one, field number 1 over there, field number 13 that we had the corn in, and field number 63 that we had sugar beet in. So yeah, I can be just a little bit reckless with the money, because as said, this series is slowly coming to an end, sadly, but I don't think it would be wise continuing with this series when the new FS comes out, because, you know, nobody's gonna watch it. I have seen it myself when I was watching a YouTuber let's playing stuff, and as soon as the new game came out, even if he made content on the old platform, it wasn't interesting at all. I'm not gonna be swimming against the current. Okay, let's return this. Okay, how much do I get? 120,000. And if I repaint, we get 2,000 more. Okay, let's repair just a little bit more. It's funny how you get more if you repair, so you get more back than you spend. Okay, now let us have a look. One option is MF8S. This one goes up to 305 horsepower. It would cost us 242,000, which we can afford. And it's a cool thing because it has a detached cab from the hood. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, this is a very neat design. And I think we can have it anniversary edition. Yeah, it costs nothing, but it's just a special paint scheme for the Massey Ferguson. We already had this one. I'm not gonna get that. This one would be interesting. So there is a McCormick. Okay, it does have a CVT. So, okay. This might be an option, but since we are in Bavaria, I don't think so. But we could have it for basically the same price. And it also has a detached hood. Why am I only noticing this now? New Holland. No, we could have a Deutz-Fahr. This is quite a machine. But I've been looking through all of these, and none of these have as much horsepower as I need. And there is a large tractor, Fendt Vario 900, but it costs 280,000, so that would basically leave us with only 19,000, and I think that's out of the window. And I don't want to have a John Deere. Respect all John Deere fans, but I still want to be German oriented. A class is also a good option, 325 horsepower from the get-go, but again, it would cost us 279,000, which is too much. So, is it going to be a Massey Ferguson? Or is it going to be... What was I looking at? Oh, I could also use this class. How much would you cost me with 295? Okay, 230. Yeah, so let's go with class. Okay, let me pull up the Wiki. Class is a German tractor manufacturer and combine manufacturer and other farming machine manufacturer. It's one of the biggest manufacturer of combines in the world, and in 2013 they delivered 450,000 units of a combine, and it was founded in 1913 with August Class, and it's based in Germany. They have 9,697 employees, and that number is from year 2013. Okay. Well, should we be classy? Let me see what tire options we have. Mitas, I really like Mitas, and Bikite. Bikiti. Mitas. Yeah, let's go with Mitas. Design European. Let me reset the license plate. Space, okay, and we get it for 230,000. Okay, well, this was not planned, this purchase, but I think we made a good choice. This is gonna be our main tractor now. Yeah. And since they introduced class into FS, it was in the previous iteration, the 17, I really loved the engine sounds they gave these tractors. Yeah, just listen to it. And it also has a beautiful horn. A truck-like or a lorry-like horn. Ooh. Okay, and with this, I'd like to thank you for watching. We'll have more fun with this beast in the next episode. So yeah, take care, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.